What's good, everyone? It's your boy Santo G, back at it. You already know, spreading unity, prosperity, and respect. Above all, if you're new here, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, tap that notification bell. That way you're notified when I drop future content. Before we get started, I just want to shout out Killer Kush, #1 sponsor to this channel. If you guys want to sponsor this channel, tap into my IG or get at me through email. So today I wanted to just talk about my worst days as far as being in prison. A couple that I can remember, and I want to say this was like a bad couple of months. I already told you about what happened with the little riot with the COs in Arizona, how we were bombing each other. If you guys haven't seen that story, check it out. It's in my video gallery. So pretty much after all that happened, I got sent to the North Fork Correctional Facility in Oklahoma. So that's like a 23-hour bus ride. You straight got the black box, shackled up to the waist, shackled up on your legs, you know what I'm saying? And you on 23-hour bus ride just like that. All you could do is take a leak. You cannot shit on the bus. That's the first thing they tell you. If anybody shits on this bus, we're going to start throwing property out of the bus. No cap. You can ask anybody that was ever transferred in any prison bus. They do not let you shit on the bus. Even if it's longer than 20-hour bus ride, you cannot. You have to wait till you get to wherever you're going. So pretty much, I get sent from Arizona to Oklahoma. I get sent from La Palma Correctional Facility to the North Fork Correctional Facility in Sayre, Oklahoma. So I get there and we're on lockdown. This was before they sent the Northerners to Arizona and all the homies to Mississippi and Oklahoma. So when I get there, we're on lockdown. This was like, I want to say September. So I get there. Couple months go by. I'm celled up with the homie from Northside Colton, you know what I mean? I'm chilling, I'm barely getting my stuff. I went from reception to Wasco, from Wasco to Arizona, and then from Arizona to Oklahoma. So I still hadn't got my TV, I still hadn't got everything situated. I had barely had like clothes and little stuff like that. You know, I was barely accumulating all my stuff. So I didn't have a TV, I didn't have nothing. All I had was clothes, like I said, and a little bit of hygiene and some food. So I get to the cell with the homie from Northside Colton, and he has a TV and everything. First, when I get there, he just has a Walkman, and then he ends up getting a TV. But he was one of those type of people that all the time, he had his TV facing him. Like, he'll be sitting on the bottom bunk watching TV and he'll put his headphones on. He won't even let me watch. If I'm lying, I'm dying. You know what I'm saying? This was the first ever fucked up celly I ever had. You know what I mean? He wouldn't even let me watch TV with him. Nothing. All I would do was read. Pretty much read, write letters. So I'm already stressing. At this time, I had broke out nasty in my face. I had broke out nasty like in my chest. I still got scars till this day. You know what I'm saying? I had broke out nasty with like hives and shit. You know? I had broke out on my back. I was just going through it. And then next thing you know, I get a letter from the homegirl Sandra, which is my homeboy Sicko, rest in peace, his prima. And at first, I had been writing to her here and there, so I didn't think nothing of it, you know? And then I just start reading. It's like, I've been trying to write this letter to tell you, you know what I'm saying? And then it says everything, you know what I mean? What happened to my boy Sick. Long live my boy Sicko, man. So I get that letter, right? I'm already stressed out. My dog is gone. They're telling me my dog is gone. You know what I'm saying? It's like, fuck. You know what I mean? And I get this letter, I want to say like in December, because all this happened in All this happened in November, and he was in a coma for a couple of weeks, and they didn't pull the life support till December. So that happens in December. Next thing you know, I get a letter from my carnal 2 months later in February telling me that my primo Smoke Dog, my primo Ismael, ended up losing his life too. So at that time I was just like, man, like I'm losing people left to right. My best friend, one of my best friends, you know what I mean? Because it was three of us. My boy Sicko, my boy Little Boogie, and me. We was like the three stooges, man. We was together everywhere. So, you know what I'm saying? It was rough. All that's going on. I got a celly that's acting weird, you know what I'm saying? And throughout all this time, I want to say, you know what I mean? At the time, there was my girl at the time was Stephanie, you know what I'm saying? And that's somebody that I hold dearly to me, even till this day. I'm married, you know what I mean? I got a family. I'm happily married, you know what I'm saying? But as far as the homegirl Stephanie, and the reason I'm shouting her out, you know what I mean? Salute to you, is because she helped me a lot through these times. You know what I mean? Consistently, I would get at least like 2-3 letters a week. Stayed writing back and forth, and I think if it wasn't for her, I don't think I would have stayed sane, you know? To be honest, I think I would have been getting down with my celly back to back to back. But because I had her right there on my side, giving me apoyo and pretty much someone to lean on, my mentality was like, if I fuck this fool up, I'm gonna get more time. So it kind of kept me level-headed. She was like the angel on my shoulder that told me, don't do this, don't do that. And the devil was telling me, do this, do that, you know what I'm saying? But at that point in time, you know, it was just rough. Good thing there was a homie, Oscar from, I think he was from Verdugo. He was from the IE somewhere. I don't know if he was from Verdugo or if he was from, I think he was from Verdugo. He was from somewhere out there. The homie Oscar, he used to tattoo. He actually seen what was going on. I talked to him one day at medical, and he moved the homie in with him. So then I ended up getting another celly. It ended up being the homie Yayo from La Primera out there in Petaluma from the Bay. Shout out Petaluma. Shout out La Primera, all the homies from La Primera. I ended up getting the homie Yayo, and man, that fool was cool as hell. Like, that was one of the best cellies I ever had till this day. Shout out the homie Yayo from La Primera out there in Petaluma, man. That's the homie right there, solid ass homie. And you know what I'm saying? I think it was a blessing to have him right there, because I did a couple of years in the cell with Tommy. That fool was a fool, man. He worked on yard crew and all that, you know what I mean? Like, he was a fool, you know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to share that story with you guys. As far as when I think about as far as prison, like what was my worst times ever, that's the ones that comes to my mind, you know? When I first landed there, I was with a bunkie a celly that I didn't get along with. Like, who's gonna do that? Like, if I have a TV, hey, bunkie Kyle, he's gonna sit on the bunk next to me. I'm gonna roll up the mat. Hey, bring up your mat. Roll your mat. Use it like little recliners. Put the TV right there, and we both watching it. You know what I'm saying? That's just my get down. That's the way I was taught. Like, if I got a soup and we only have one soup, I'm breaking it in half. We making a sandwich or something, but we gonna survive. I'm not the type of person, because he would eat without me. He would eat, make spreads. He had got a package. And I think he thought that nobody looked out for me, because I had just got there. And like I said, I went from reception, bouncing around. So I didn't get a chance to actually sit somewhere and actually order a package and get it and all that. You know what I'm saying? So once he got his TV and he got his package, that's all he got. I was getting packages back to back to back, getting a boombox. I had all my stuff. Little by little, I got all my stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, I was shitting on them. You know what I'm saying? That little ass shit that you was keeping away from me, psh, that's nothing. Watch. You gonna watch how I do it. You gonna watch my packages. Shout out Big Saint, man, because my boy Big Saint was on everything. Even though I would send a list to like my mom, my sister, and all that, Big Saint was always the one that was ordering everything and sitting his ass down and doing everything. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to Big Saint, man. I love you, carnal. And even though I don't tell you as much and we don't see each other as much, homie, just know that I love you, brother, fool. And anytime you ever need anything, homie, you already know it's no questions asked with me. So that was just that. Let me know in the comments anything that comes to your mind that is something that we can actually talk about and it's gonna be an interesting topic. You know what I'm saying? I be getting these like way out questions like, oh, what happens if somebody goes in there and says this, like racist stuff or stuff like that? Like, come on, have common sense. A lot of people think that behind them walls, it's like the wild, wild west, and man, it's more respect and common courtesy than anything. Because you know, if you disrespect someone, shit's gonna get real. Like, anytime somebody gets stabbed or somebody gets boo-bopped on the yard, I'm not gonna lie, you feel that tension. And just going out there, it's like this feeling that you get the chills. Just seeing somebody get whacked in front of you, knowing any mistake you make, that can be you. Because they don't judge, you know what I mean? They don't care how you look. They don't care who you know. If you make a mistake and they want you gone, nothing's gonna save you. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's gonna save you. Let's just be real. So whenever stuff like that happens, it kind of reminds you of where you at. And people kind of snap back to reality. You know what I'm saying? And for those people who are talking about, oh, I'm a real G, I'm a real soldado, soldados don't get regulated, soldados don't get boo-bopped. Like, my boy, me personally, I'm a G. And if you want to be real, a lot of us don't even listen to our own parents. You think you're going to go in there and not run into a situation to where you're going to get boo-bow-bow. If you're a real one and you're a real knucklehead and you're a real G, you're gonna run into some type of situations. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, man. You know what I'm saying? That's my point of view. It's all up to whoever's in play right there. Because sometimes some people do nitpick who they boo-bop and who they don't. They let some people slide and get away with a lot. And then one person, as soon as the first time that you fuck up, they quick to have a heavy hand and boop, bow, 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 bow. You know what I'm saying? All it takes is for a person not to like you and say that you're a threat, and you'll be gone tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It's the sad reality of it. It's all up to whoever's in play and however they decide to do things. At least that's how it was back then. Nowadays, I don't know. I'm just giving you my perspective of things. Real, raw, and uncut. Like I said, anything you guys want to know, as long as it's within reason and it's not nothing like disrespectful, I'll gladly touch on it, man. Unity, prosperity, and respect. Above all, it's your boy Santo G. Shout out Killer Kush. Check them out through IG or at their email. Let's go, baby.